for like an hour and 15, I think.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, you're going to die.
This is Kenton Claremont from Train to Hunt, and you're watching the Gritty Bowmen.
Oh yeah,
Makes me pregnant, giving birth in the woods.
I'm gonna
freaking.
so let's calling you fat and the macronutrient fat.
That's
we
right.
Should have called it like oil.
We should have called it awesome.
Yeah. Let's get
It is not. I am not joking.
Let's. I do not talk with my hands. I don't know what you're talking about.
I do not.
With my hands? My hands?
What? Talk about that first. Okay, we'll segue
Let's start
into.
off with bowel movements.
Yeah, let's.
Bowel movements of big-headed babies.
Yeah. I just Randy Black Eagle.
That's it. Boom.
That's my.
That's how we roll. Just drop the mic and walk away.
On this episode of Gritty Bowmen, we hang out at the home of Jesse Wise in Salem, Oregon. This podcast is a good old-fashioned get-together with friends. Jesse's wife, Amanda, gets back on the podcast along with my sister, Katie, and her husband, Bryce. The five of us talk about train to hunt, shooting traditional bows versus compounds, and more, all while our kids are playing in the background. Jesse gives us a recap on the first train to hunt event of the year, and it's good stuff. I'll be hanging out at the next train to hunt event this weekend in Enumclaw, Washington, June 4th and 5th. If you want to attend a train to hunt event or just want to go and watch one, go to traintohunt.com to find out when the next event is happening near you. In the month of June, there are events being held in Colorado, Texas, and Utah. And for July, events are being held in Oregon, Montana, Pennsylvania, Wyoming, and Minnesota. With Train to Hunt, you get friends, 3D shoots, meat packs, and challenge courses. It's gritty stuff. All right, folks, welcome to the Gritty Bowmen podcast. We're down here in Salem with Jesse Wise and his wife Amanda and their family. And I have Katie and Bryce, Gritty sister and brother-in-law here. And we came down here to hang out. Our families are all hanging out. It's been pretty cool. Yeah. We had some delicious eats tonight. Amanda slaved away and made us some awesome food. And we did the obligatory potato chips and salad, I think, something like that.
Hey,
She brought
real food.
Did you?
Asparagus,
green beans,
bacon. Can't go wrong with bacon.
Yeah, I didn't really eat any of that.
You ate asparagus, I'm pretty sure.
I did.
Guacamole.
And but we went out and did Jesse and his son Isaiah. You can smile.
Pop in, say
hello. There he is. Jesse, we and Bryce and I and Isaiah, we did a little train to hunt workout tonight, and Jesse came in dead last.
Although he did shoot a recurve.
Yes,
he did an extra
45
burpees.
Yeah. Oh, dude, if you want to get picky, then.
And how far behind you was I?
I don't know. It was a close run thing.
But Isaiah won.
Isaiah did win. Yeah.
Running is really fun.
Yeah. I got to say, like, in that workout, I would say that my weak link is running.
Yeah.
And since there's, like, a lot of that at Train to Hunt, I need to, work on that a little bit.
Yeah, it'll help. The endurance is definitely a key.
Whoa. Okay, step back here. Endurance.
Can you just do the sandbag
instead? Yeah, I can do the sandbag for an hour and a half. It's the whole running
While
thing.
You run, I'll lift the sandbag.
Cardio.
You're probably good at sandbagging.
I have cardio endurance down when it comes to,
as long as you don't have to move your legs.
No. Like doing like a heavy load or something long. But the running, I need to get conditioned for that.
Yeah.
Endurance for running, don't have a lot of that in my.
I would say that the main two things to work on before doing a train to hunt event. I mean, you can just come out and do it, but if you want to perform well, shooting and endurance. I mean, those are your two main things. Because even if you're not too fast on the running, like I've never been a fast runner. Or long distance runner. But you can shoot off time.
But if a guy can hike all day long with a heavy pack,
Yeah,
and shoot well,
yeah,
he's still gonna lose if he can't run.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's.
It's another level. It's just conditioning in a different way.
It depends on because the great equalizer is you get 100 pounds thrown on your back, and can you get from point A to point B faster than the next guy? Right.
That's where we would leave Isaiah behind.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
We didn't do tonight, but
no, but he barely beat us up the driveway, and that's a brutal hill. But. No,
that was round 2.
Round 2,
of the work.
That's nice that you guys let him win, so he didn't feel bad about himself.
Yeah, it was like
super nice.
Bryce, hang back.
We were pushing him.
Yeah, we were trying to pace him.
Yeah, that's nice of you.
Yeah,
we did break 20 minutes on that run though.
So
we were 1906.
No, we were 1906.
Oh, really?
I don't know how long did Isaiah stand at the bottom of the hill though.
I don't know how long did you stand there. You had to have made it in less than 6 minutes.
I turned the gate on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever time it took to turn the gate on.
He was down that hill, and he was down at the bottom at I think 5:30.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually make it.
That's
down
right on its tail.
And that's a mile.
It's a mile. And
we were down at the bottom of the hill at 6:45, 6:50 ish.
Yeah, and because I usually make it down like 6:10, 6:11. But making it
I
up is a whole different ball game, man.
Oh yeah,
feels good.
It's got some serious incline coming up that hill. Good hill. So we did that. We did that workout. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, and shooting when you're that tired, it's a skill in itself, don't you think? Like,
oh yeah,
you've got to, get it under control and take that shot.
Because you don't want to miss the target because that's the 15 penalty, burpee penalty.
I know. I warned Jesse before the thing started that, shooting your recurve might be a mistake.
I like burpees.
He strangely does.
He said
He's good at it.
more work.
Trad life.
Only helps.
That's what I said. I shot my bow and I'm like, crap, trad life. Burpees.
Nice.
That's not to say there's not a number of killer trad dudes out there who are going to smoke my compound, but that was fun. So what I wanted to ask you about Nevada. Yeah. How did that go, man? You just had a train to hunt event in Nevada. Ago. Looked like it was off the hook.
Yeah, I really didn't know what to expect. It being my first one that I've directed. Yeah, and Kenton showed up, and so he was kind of there, like guiding, like he was Yoda, and but man, I mean, he totally was like, because I had it set up, I had it in my mind before he got there, like I had gone to the venue and which Brandon Weiss down there in Nevada, his mom's property, it was like 550 acres just outside of Carson City, and it was just a gorgeous piece of property, about 6,000 feet. And you just drive up this gnarly dirt road, and deer are running everywhere, and it's just you're just in this basin up there, and you got hills, you got roads, it's like the perfect setting. And Kenton rolled in, and he's like, "This is the best site we've ever had a train to hunt at." Wow. And it was just, I give Brandon mad props for letting us on his property, and but. It's just the logistics of it and stuff. I really didn't know until I got there. I'd never seen the property before. I only saw it on like Google Earth, and I was just completely like going into it blind. But I just have all these. I've got my book and things I need to set up, and I'm not too much organized. This is my organization right here, and Amanda is.
Amanda, you keep him organized.
She tries.
I try. It's hard to rein him in, but
I'm like, if it's not, I'm like squirrel.
Yeah.
But with this, it's just like I'm like, no, I'm committed to doing this right. I want it to be a great event. And man, it was crazy. It was like the first event we ever had snow at. You know, thanks.
You said 6,000.
It was 6,000 feet, 6,200.
Yeah.
But I mean, we went up
Some elevation
too. And you know, Dave Baronio down there, he's without Back Outdoors, but you know, he wanted to run it, right? And so that was the only date that worked for him, April 23rd and 24th. And so with his busy schedule, so he was like, man, that's when he planned it, you know, for doing it down there. And so we were kind of like, when I was setting up the 3D course on Friday, it started raining, you know, and it got cold, and then it started snowing. And by the end of the night, it was like snowing. It had snowed, you know, a good 3 or 4 inches up there. And then in the higher elevations, like up at South Lake Tahoe, where we were staying with my sister and my brother-in-law, it was like 6-7 inches of new snow. You know?
It looked like it was going to be not the best event.
No, I mean, it looked like it was like, well, this is hunting, you know, and I'm like trying to convince myself, like, like this is hunting.
You're telling people
Training early.
like,
you know, this
Train too
simulates hunting right here.
Exactly. And I'm like, but we get there Saturday morning early, and I set up the rest of what I needed to set up, and the sun came out.
Yeah.
It was snowy. I was knocking snow off targets and all that, and it was beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just gorgeous, and people showed up, and the thing I was kind of like worried about, because we had a pre-party at Cabela's, and we were an hour late to the pre-party. Kenton and I, and you know, Isaiah and Trevor James was with us, and we got stuck up at Incline, dropping, you know, Kenton's stuff off at the house he was staying at, and because it just snowed so hard and so fast, people are sliding into each other. I mean, there was a guy that came up the opposite side of the road in a Volkswagen Jetta, and there was nowhere to go. There was like a line of cars here, a cliff here, and he just comes bowling up the road, and he rounds the corner, and there's a truck coming down the hill, and it stops, right? And we're thinking, you know, he's just going to stop and back up. Never even hit his brakes. Just plows into the guy.
Wow.
Just head on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then like the guy's like coming down the hill, and you know the guy's using his hand gestures, and it was just crazy. And then the guy takes off backwards down the hill, just takes off. I'm out.
Wow.
So it was.
Well, you know, Nevada's like that.
Yeah, crazy.
Strange.
But no, so we were an hour late to that party, and so it was kind of just, and you know, all day you're just going, filling sandbags, trying to get everything ready, trying to get all the logistics worked out.
So tell me, how many people showed up?
So there was 51 competitors, which is double any of the first time events.
Nice.
In Train to Hunt. So it was, yeah. I mean, we had 62 people sign up, like register online.
Yeah.
And then a few, like one guy, Darren Foster, he broke his arm or hand or something, and then another guy broke his foot, and he called me Thursday night. And he was part of a team, and then like a few co-ed teams dropped out too.
So, but you had a good turnout, and then tell me how the event went, because it sounded like when you called me, you know, you were talking about all the individuals that were there and just the community and the feel there. I mean, so Amanda, you tell me, like, you've been to a few now.
Mm-hmm.
What was this year's event like?
Well, it was different this year, being a spectator versus a competitor. So it's a little different. I mean, as a competitor, you certainly connect on a whole different level because you're all doing the same, you're doing the course together, and you just gain that respect for each other. And
you're like,
so it's a little
sizing
different.
people up.
That too in the beginning, for
Especially
sure.
her.
So it's different because I think as a
This
competitor,
time you could just hang out, be friends.
yeah, but I felt a little left out because there is something really powerful about competing together and sharing that with each other. But as a spectator, it was still amazing, of course, just to see. I think for me it was fun because we had a lot of friends that came out, a good handful of friends that came out that have competed with us at different events and that we've gotten to know through Train to Hunt. And so they came out to support the event and Jesse. And so that was really fun. But it was really fun to see all these people that are coming out for the first time on Train to Hunt, and just to see, just to recognize the apprehension in their eyes, and just like as they're sizing each other up, and then as they just quickly like fall in love with it and with each other, and just you start seeing everybody making these connections. And but the event itself was great. I mean, as a spectator and just being back, I just kept hearing people say how great it was. And I think even without them knowing, that I was Jesse's wife or whatever, just was fun to hear them just talk, like the 3D shoot they really liked. And one guy had said that he didn't feel like he could pay for another 3D shoot because Jesse had ruined him because it was so good. So just there was a lot of really good feedback. And so I just kept thinking, it's my husband. Like he did all of that. And I was really proud of Jesse. It was really neat to see all that he pulled together. It's a lot of work and a lot of mental.
He acted like a grown-up, didn't he?
I know.
I put my big boy pants on.
Wow. Yeah. He did say he's pretty sure he gained a lot of gray hairs in his beard.
I did, man. It's just like this whole side and this whole side. I'm like, holy smokes.
But he loved it. It was cool because I was also wondering, how is this going to work? I mean, the only thing Jesse's ever planned for in his life is hunting. And literally. And so I just thought, well, I don't really know how, and so I kept finding myself trying to like get involved and like help him or corrective criticism, but I just kept feeling I needed to back off and let him do his thing. And he did an amazing job. And so I got there and saw this whole thing unfolding from this party to the end, and these amazing people that were helping him down there, Mike and Dave. And it was an amazing event. So
that's a neat community. You had some stories about some different people that made trips from long distances, and what's the most, I'd say, what do you think was the most inspirational kind of takeaway from this? Like, what do you got for me? Like,
I would say there's a lot of it, but one couple that was the co-ed, they won the co-ed division, Cody and Corey. And Corey, he just got out of the military. And he was hesitant to actually get out of the military because of the camaraderie.
The Marines specifically, right?
Yeah.
The brotherhood.
So. Yeah, the brotherhood, the camaraderie, just not having that, people not knowing.
Yeah, I've talked about that before with like, the guys from Wishes and other veterans, and they talk about how, you're with your brothers, in combat, day in and day out. You're sleeping in the back of the same truck for 5 months together, and you're rucking it, and you're hiking, and you're fighting, and you're all that stuff. And they become like, they know everything about you, and you know everything about them. I mean,
you're like family.
You're family.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, all at once, it's just gone.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Yeah.
And what a loss that is when you develop those bonds, to just have it be gone. And now, instead of fighting for your life and all these other things, now you're home like at Walmart, getting stuff. It's just sort of like this weird. And so, you can understand why so many of them, veterans struggle when they come home. So he was.
So I had him share his story. I asked him if he would share his story before he got up there too, and he said, "Yeah, I would love to." And so when he shared his story, it was just like
he shared it in front of everybody.
He shared it in front of everybody from the podium, and I was just, it was just so cool and that's what Train to Hunt is to me, because I showed up, and work my guts off, and it's just like this community comes around you.
What was his story?
His story was like he was worried about getting out of the military. Like he didn't want to get out of the military because he didn't know how he was going to transition, and his wife was his only friend and person that could possibly understand what he was going through. And I guess he had just had a friend recently commit suicide. And it was just really tough. And like he was sitting up there going, I didn't know like anybody, and I didn't have that community. And he's like, in a day and a half, I just made 51 new friends. Yeah. Like I have that here. Like it's changed. This is like, this is, and that's what it is. It's people that get together and we just kick our own butts, and then we help each other, right? And competitors are helping other competitors, and so it's like a family, and that's what I say, all the time, and I've emailed a bunch to everybody, and it's just like, now you're part of the Train to Hunt family. Welcome.
That's cool. Yeah. So everybody did well, and then when is the next event?
Well, there's one coming up this coming weekend, the following weekend, up in Bonners Ferry, Idaho. And then there's a plethora of others. The next one I'm running isn't going to be in Oregon in July 9th and 10th. So,
what are you looking at me for?
Somebody's breathing on the mic.
Is it me?
Oh, thanks, buddy. And so July 9th and 10th is the one in Oregon.
Yep.
And that's going to be at Cascadian Bowmen down out of Eugene area off Poodle Creek Road. But, we got...
Sweet.
We just... Tyler Boschma is a director as well, and he's running that one with me. And we got a bunch of stuff planned. It's going to be good.
Sweet, man.
So
I'm excited to go, and I'm going to do the Oregon one.
Yeah.
And there's one in Colorado, isn't there?
Yep.
When is the date for that,
That's a good question.
Well, the last couple years it was in May. I don't know. Is it the same?
I'm not
this
sure.
year? We could pull it up.
We can pull it up and look. But go to traintohunt.com and look at challenge events.
Yep.
And, and there's a whole list of them.
Well, my sister, Katie, she's getting a new bow.
I am.
And so she's going to do Train to Hunt in Oregon, too.
Yeah.
Oh, she is.
Wow.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Sweet.
This year, Katie? That's great.
not that
Bryce
she knows
is too,
that.
right?
I'll cheer you on.
Oh, that's how it works.
Oh, I don't think so.
No.
You don't usually know of those
No,
things. You
right?
just have to.
I'm pretty sure that's how Amanda explained it gets done.
That's how it happens.
I've already been thrown under the bus. Thank you.
No. It's
You
voluntold.
too.
Voluntold.
Voluntold.
Yes.
Voluntold you. You're going to do it.
I say don't put it right.
It's too late. We've already paid for the entry fee.
That's how
Oh,
she landed
I
the
don't think
podcast job.
That's true. That is how I landed here. That's how I am here. You too.
We work well as a team together.
Hello.
You can tell that.
So Katie, hey you.
You want to say hi?
You want to come on the Gritty Bowmen podcast?
She's like, I already am. I run this thing.
She's like, yeah. Say hi, everybody.
Well, you've been coloring.
Oh,
Oh wow.
maybe I say you better go check out
Your
the carpet
room might
situation.
be colored.
Can you go grab the markers?
Oh.
From the
Hopefully
big
you were
room.
supervised.
Doesn't look like it.
Wow.
Uh-oh. I bet Auntie Suzanne would wash your handies for you.
Not enough to wash.
So
She's licking her fingers. She have a green mouth.
She can do it. She shot a bow 3 times.
Yeah, we went to Cabela's last Saturday.
Nice. Did you like it?
I just wanted to see if she could pull.
He was like, can she
50
pull
pounds.
50 pounds? I was like, I pulled Shelly's.
I said,
Yeah.
it's different to
At,
pull it and
Voodoo.
actually hold it and
how was it?
shoot
That's
it.
fine.
Fine.
The whole 3 times I shot it.
So
How many pull-ups can you do?
I don't know. Like in a row?
Yeah, like strict pull-ups.
I don't know, 5. I don't know. I haven't tried in a while.
Because it's a pulling exercise. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I mean. So, are you? Seriously though, you are ready to do it, right? I mean, you're just gonna roll with it. You're gonna maybe compete together.
she runs fast.
Yeah.
Well-
I'm lightning fast when it comes.
When it comes to running,
Nice.
Perfect.
I think I could have probably run that in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That whole mile.
she's
Nice.
with a
Maybe
cat.
under 10.
Downhill?
Well,
It's all downhill.
maybe 9 minutes for the
I think you
downhill.
got a 9-minute mile the other day. at
I
the
do.
house.
She's-
actually.
What I should do.
Capital P pathetic when it comes to
I cannot
running.
run.
Those nice long legs. I
I
imagine
can't
you'd be
run.
like road
What I
runner.
should do is load my
It's the
pack
heart
up
of it.
and run
Oh,
with
yeah.
her.
She can.
There you go.
We might be on the same
would work.
pace.
Yeah.
Or you might leave me in the dust.
But no,
You should do it.
I'm doing it. You just do it.
July 9th and 10th.
Oh, you guys could do a brother-sister
said?
team.
Yeah, something like that.
Calling yourself out.
No.
All three of you. Come on
Throw
out.
me under the bus.
Co-ed right there, buddy.
So
Yeah.
Colorado
He wants to be on the
is-
winning team, Brian. Like, you two is what he wants to go.
You guys, you and Bryce should do men's team.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
I'll be your cheerleader.
No, and then Katie will do women's
Women's
open.
Open's available.
I think that's what Katie needs to do.
Oh.
Yeah.
You might need to order that.
All you got to do is show up.
How about they put strict muscle-ups in there?
Yeah, there you go, honey.
I'll do those instead of run.
Handstand walks.
Handstand walk.
Can we do
Nah.
I
those?
like
You
those.
can warm up with those. Sure. I've seen that.
Jesse's in. He got a muscle-up today.
He did.
Out there.
Ring muscle.
Yeah, that's a big
Yeah,
change
on the
from the
wrist.
last podcast.
First one. Two. Yeah, I did two.
He's no
That's
longer
awesome.
a hopeful.
Yeah.
I'm a
You're
I'm a
accomplished.
pro now.
I still can't get him. I can get over. I just can't
Push up.
do the dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get up.
So when's the Colorado train to hunt?
June 18th and 19th.
Okay.
All right, you can do that one.
There's one in Washington, June 4th and 5th.
Okay.
So
On the 3D course, you guess all the yardage?
Yep. No rangefinders on the 3D course. It's a 20 target 3D course, and the way we set it up, it's anywhere from, a yard to 60 yards
Wow.
on a target. And spattering of different. And I had a
point if you hit foam?
Yeah. Yes. We scored on a 5-3-1 miss, and no penalties for misses. You don't have to do burpees.
Sweet.
On the,
And it's not,
on the 3D
it's not
course.
timed. The
On the
3D
3D
No,
course
the
is
3D
not
course
timed.
is just not timed, but you can't use a rangefinder. And there's just a lot of different movements, like you draw kneeling, stand, move right, draw, shoot from a kneeling position, draw and hold for 30 seconds, and then engage target after you're clear. There's a draw and shoot in 5 seconds. There's 2 arrows. There's a shoot, and then you have 10 seconds to get another arrow off at a different target. So there's a lot of different, stuff that makes it more of a hunter's 3D course versus just towing the line and shooting.
Cool, man.
So,
and then
Is there moving targets?
No.
Was there ever moving?
There
I thought
at
I
nationals
saw
in
the-
Colorado, there was one target that was moving. But, yeah.
And then, so for someone who wants to go and just have some fun and meet some people, but not like puke afterward, what can they do right now just to get in shape? What should they spend their time doing mostly?
I would, it's hard because I don't know those people, right? I don't know who they are, where they're at. I would, connect with us on Train to Hunt. Go on Train to Hunt. Sign up for the workouts. It's $18 a month. Kenton's putting together a killer deal. Now, if you sign up for a year membership, you automatically get entered into a prize drawing for a BC elk hunt.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, and then monthly drawings, and then on top of that, you get a free entry into a qualifier.
Okay.
For the following year.
So you do the $18 a month, and is it scaled workouts and stuff
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, it's completely scaled.
Depending on your fitness level,
Yeah.
there's something for everybody.
There's just the workout. There's Brave, Warrior, and Predator.
Okay.
And so it's basically you just add weights or add reps or
Okay. But there's like a workout for everybody at each level.
Yeah.
Sign up for that, $18 a month, and you can get dialed in there, and then you get a free entry fee to an event as part of that package.
Yeah, it's $180 a year. So you got to buy the year membership, and then you get it.
And the
get
entry
it
fee
all.
is how much if you just want to do
$100.
So it's a good thing. Yeah, it's about the same.
Yeah.
But practicing shooting is important for the events. I mean, it's not important.
Yeah.
You come to the event, but I meant as far as like getting ready for a score because
It's not really that important. I mean, it's only like the part where you kill
Not
the
for hunting.
animal. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like not even.
I mean,
but the longbow thing, I am getting deadly at 20 yards.
Yeah.
Deadly. Like good groups, man. Like pretty tight groups. What I found is I need 2 or 3 arrows to figure out how high to hold the bow and where to, you start tracking your way to the target. And then it's like, then all the ones after are right on. It's funny because the clones were talking about. You'll be surprised when you see how many animals you'll kill on the second or third arrow with your trad bow. And I was thinking about that. I was like, because you can get that second arrow off pretty fast, but you missed with the first one too. So
you're just cold.
You're like, oh, that was too low. And I noticed that my longbow is quiet.
Yeah, it is.
Super quiet. So your bow sounds like a guitar.
It doesn't have any dampeners on it, man. I'm hoping that's it.
I wonder, are you plucking the string too? Like, it's hard to tell. Like,
I do play a little guitar. So
sounds a little like that.
He mixes them up sometimes.
He
tries shooting his guitar and playing his bow.
It's not the most expensive bow on the market, man. I got what I could afford, and I'm shooting it, and I'm loving it, man.
It is fun.
Yeah, I really like mine. Mine's from Big Stick Archery, and the longbow. You shot it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Quiet, huh?
Yeah, it's really quiet.
Bryce
It's
shot
like
it, too.
20 pounds, but whatever.
Isn't it crazy? Like how tiny it is.
Yeah, it's small.
It's like a little wispy bow, like light and real pretty. So, but yeah, I'm like
real pretty.
Shooting like
Pretty is important.
zoom, like laser beams. Except for when the string hits my arm and I want to cry like a little girl,
like
but,
that.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, I was wondering what that was.
Yeah,
from.
that's from not having an arm guard on.
Yeah,
I've been shooting like a madman. I came in last night and I was like, "Babe, I'm getting rid of my compound."
He shows up tonight and he says, I'm just gonna do the workout tonight with the recurver. I'm like, oh brother, here we go again. It's like everybody and their dogs going trad on me.
One.
I know,
it's like,
man.
But
Another one.
and the thing is it is really fun.
It is.
But it's also fun to have a much higher guarantee of killing things. And so I'm not ready to hunt with it.
I think
yet,
I did encourage him to hang on to the compound a little longer. Just keep playing with the trad, but let's just hang on to that compound.
I figure, just keep working on it. And when I get proficient, they keep telling me, you've got to, at some point, just get rid of your compound and commit completely to the to trad life and all that. But I'm like, I want both. Yeah. I want both toys. But here's the deal, dude. It is hard enough to line everything up and get the bull of your dreams or whatever to walk in front of you at that 20-yard range or whatever it is, maybe 40. It's hard enough to make all those pieces come together.
Yeah.
For this hunter, it's hard enough.
Yeah, but
so I don't need to complicate it and make it harder.
I think if your freezer's full of meat,
what are you talking?
Although
I could understand, like,
It'd be a different
if you
story.
draw a tag in Utah or somewhere in Nevada or Arizona where you're gonna actually go shoot the bull of your dreams, right?
Every year I'm shooting the bull.
No, you're not. But it's like I'm like these. I mean, if they show up, I'll shoot them. But. I'm killing a freaking calf if it comes by.
But see, Jesse, so here's the deal. Like with a recurve, I do think that guys you can become proficient enough with that you're deadly.
Yeah.
Out to a certain range. It's not like you're giving up the ability to kill animals when you pick up a trad bow. But I do think that takes a certain amount of practice every day, a certain amount of dedication, a certain amount of work, and it takes a certain amount of time to develop the consistency, with your form and all that, paying attention, muscle memory, the whole deal. And that's going to take some time, and I'm not going to, for me at this stage, I don't want to have that interfere with my season yet. I got to get a lot better with the trad bow before I make that jump.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just that good. I don't know.
Wow, here we go.
How many targets did he miss tonight?
I just didn't want to make you guys feel bad.
In the competition, he missed 3 of 4, I think.
Yeah, 3 of 4. He
That's
missed.
okay.
I missed 30, 40, and 50.
That's okay. I shot his longbow, and I missed the target completely, 3 out of 5. And I hit the edge on the other 2.
Yeah.
So,
Brian was
and I think we were at 15 yards.
No, I mean, there's no question, though, that there's something just totally awesome, totally rad about shooting a recurve, a longbow. The stick bows are just...
It's like, I love archery, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I love archery, and I've loved hunting with my compound. I love killing things with it, but there is something like when I released that first arrow after I bought my bow.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man. I feel like...
Dude, it's when you grab that arrow and you stick it on and you're right there in seconds and you pull back and then you let it go, there's something fast.
It's just, and it's not fast at all. Like, you can actually watch your arrow just soar through the air and just hit that. It's something spiritual about it.
Yeah.
I never got it, like, when people would talk about it like that.
Yep.
But it is. I mean, it was just like, man, now I fell in love again.
Yeah.
With the sport. So.
Oh yeah, I mean I fell in love. I mean, I've always liked him for a long time, but watching South build bows, and looking at his shop,
that'd be neat.
If you haven't seen that film that I did, with him,
I watched it. Yeah.
It's just,
cool.
to see all the different woodwork, and then when you hold it in your hand and it like fits your hand, it's like you guys were made in heaven, like
it's a part of you
to be together, right?
Yeah.
Like there's like this match.
It's chosen you.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like Harry Potter. The wand has chosen you.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
There's something cool about it. For sure.
We're geeking out here now.
I found myself when I found the stick bow. Yeah, no, I'm not that enamored, but I do like it. It is fun. I did a podcast recently with the guys at Addictive Archery, and dude, the wood arrows and all the craftsmanship that goes into building arrows is just cool. Now I'm geeking out over just arrows and stuff, and
those guys have some cool arrows there. That
they do.
What was it? The Purple Heart wood.
Yeah,
and
ironwood,
then just the spine and how they.
And it's just neat to see all those. It's just they're pretty, and they're. And I get it. They're not made out of chicken feathers, but that's a mistake anybody could make.
I think they're chicken feathers.
Or
don't they make synthetic feathers?
They're synthetic turkeys.
And turkeys live for 3 years. That's about it. Oh, cute. So yeah, it happens. Well,
so real quick though, on the competition, there's the 3D shoot.
Yep. There's that's the first day, and then the second part of the first day is the meat pack.
Meat pack, which is 100 pounds.
It's for men's open. It's 100 pounds for men's masters, which it's 80 pounds. And
he said he's not doing that. He said he's not doing the masters because there's some guy. Is it Scott?
I think there's a lot of masters that kick my butt.
He's afraid he's going to get beat there. So.
I think. You just need to show up, man up, and do your best.
But so there's the meat pack. Then day 2.
Day 2 is the Train to Hunt challenge course. It's a 6 target challenge course with 6 workouts, and and it's so
it's just one event.
It's just that one event that day, and we run it in heats of 3.
And that's where you're going to be shooting under.
You're going to have 20 pounds on your back if you're a dude, and 10 pounds if you're.
You're going to be fatigued, basically.
Yeah, and so basically, it's what we did out here. It's you red line. You try to get your heart rate up to where it depicts you're running up a mountain after a bull, trying to cut a herd off, and you got one shot.
And so, but that one you could range find if you want.
Yep.
But that's going to take you more.
It'll take you more time, but I would suggest to anybody out there that's going to come and participate in a Train to Hunt event, bring your rangefinder.
You know what I found? That I'm willing to kill myself climbing a hill, chasing a bull elk in a way that I'm not willing to kill myself to beat Isaiah. It's just not there.
Yeah.
The motivation it's just not. It's not juicy.
But
enough.
if it's a race, man, and you get to stand up there on the podium and get a gold cam or a silver or bronze cam, and it's not the same at all. It's not even close to hunting.
Yeah.
As far as like the high you get.
Yeah.
But it gives you something.
Dude, I got nothing to prove, dude. I don't need to be on the podium to
I think what it is, Brian, is you're just scared and you're trying to talk yourself out of it. Because everybody sees these like big posts. Oh, look at Brian repping 365 on the dead. and you clean and all this stuff and they're like, man, I don't want to, totally.
Hey, we all have our skills, man.
I know, totally. That's why you
running up a hill ain't mine, but
So
we're going to do it anyway.
Just bring the barbell and the weights ahead. Use it for the intimidation warm-up.
It is a different kind of competition, too, because I think there's been people at probably each event. And, in fact, at Nevada, again, there was a guy talking to my brother-in-law, and he felt like he was pretty fit and ready for the event, and he was feeling pretty confident, telling my brother-in-law, like, oh, yeah, I got this. Like, I think this, like, as he was watching people do it, like, oh, this should be easy. And he was pretty humbled once he did it and came back down, and he just said, that is way different than anything. Like, it's just a very unique type of event.
Yeah, I have no illusions.
Workout.
It's like anytime you do tackle any physical event, there's no replacement for conditioning doing the actual event.
Yeah.
It's really tough. If you're training inside of a gym, that's great, but it's not the same as putting a pack on and climbing the mountain for 7 miles.
Exactly.
Just they're different. But both are great. I think when it comes to fitness and wellness and all that, for me, I just like to do what's fun. And running up that hill is not fun.
No.
I tend to like.
You show up to a train to hunt event though, dude, and it's fun, man.
Yeah.
Well, you more say so after you do it.
Well, I will say this: that anything you get better at too over time, it gets to be more fun. Like when you can run that hill really fast and it feels good the whole time, and you don't feel like barfing when you're done.
Yeah. I love it when you.
I don't know if that'll ever happen for me, but
Jesse's still trying to find that.
I'm still trying to find that spot, and it's not happening, man.
Well, I think of that when I was training last. Well, I can't do it now because I haven't worked out for a couple of months. I got ended in February, so all my workouts stopped.
Back. Yeah.
But last year when I was training, that was one of the things I remember when we would go to Bald Hill and Corvallis to run these hills. Climbing those hills, and running's not my thing anyway, but I noticed every day I'd kind of go and do the same thing, just chip at it a little bit, and every day I'd find myself a little bit further and a little bit further until a couple months, like even after the competition, I would just go back and run that hill, and I would just make it up, no problem, and it just felt so good to. And I remember thinking, wow, I can't believe I thought this was hard at one point, and then you don't work out, and you very quickly find yourself back at square one. But it's so encouraging, just plugging away a little bit each time, and just seeing that it gets easier, and you build more endurance, and so
I agree. I just finished this workout this week, and my friend Chriselle, she's at Happy Valley CrossFit with me. We do a lot of workouts together, and she's
a beast. She's awesome.
Yeah, and so I did this workout, and then I hit the floor, and I'm laying there, and she's like, dude, you did great, man. That was fast. You finished that workout, that WOD quick, and that was. And I'm like, yeah, but I measure my success differently. I consider a success when the workout feels good the whole time, and when you're done, you feel like you didn't work out. That to me is a win.
So, like mowing the yard or something.
Well, no, like pushing yourself in getting that time, but also, it wasn't 10 minutes of mentally telling like I'm sitting there going, push, don't block out the pain. And I was in the pain cave, and just digging deep and pushing it right. I like it better when I'm just like, dude, I crushed this, and I'm going through the workout, and 10 minutes goes by, and I'm like, that's right.
Give me more.
Yeah. That to me, that's like when I'm starting to go like, yeah, you're getting there. You're great. You're in shape.
Yeah.
But right now it's more like just ignore the pain, push through, stick it out, go harder. Yeah. But definitely, like, you get there, though. You get to a point where you can always push yourself to an extreme, but I do think you get to a certain level of fitness where you can do just about any of it, and it doesn't cost you that much. Like, you feel good afterward, not
It's
so
a good investment
hammered.
again, when you're done.
I think they do that too, but I think you get to that point too, and then someone throws something else at you, and you're like, oh, that doesn't look too bad, and then you eat humble pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm in that that guy. He goes there and thinks trained. Oh, doesn't look too bad. I've been around long enough doing CrossFit workouts that when I look at something and I'm thinking, oh, that doesn't look too bad, that's when I better start worrying.
Yeah, Bryce and I are like opposites in a lot. Where I got strengths, he's got weaknesses, and vice versa. And when we do these workouts, I'll do a workout and then I'll just smoke Bryce, and I'll get a good lead on him, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I just crushed Bryce. Then the next workout will be one that favors his strengths, and I'll get just left behind in the dust, and it's kind of nice that sort of
balance.
But when you do enough varied workouts and stuff, and that's kind of what Train to Hunt does, what Kenton's programming is. You start to, I think, realize, where you've got some weaknesses and you've got to fix some things, and it keeps you humble too.
Yeah, and that's the main thing that I tell people too. And the main goal isn't to, put a gold cam around your neck, although that's a cool treat, I think, in the off season. But the main goal is just to prepare yourself for the backcountry, for your hunt, wherever you're going. If you're climbing a tree stand.
I got to tell you, like Bryce, you run that thing.
It's just to enjoy the journey.
And you did that workout, and in that 50-yard shot right at the very end, and you drilled dead center. How does it make you feel going out and chasing elk?
I mean, a lot better. I mean, I was like, on that one too, I was like, I don't want to miss because I didn't want to do the burpees. I'm not a big fan of burpees. I'm not short I'm not close to
what,
the
you
ground.
don't have short arms?
Don't have short arms.
Rub it in all the time.
I'm just not
27-inch draw.
It's not in my favor to do more burpees. So you got to under duress,
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think
you had to focus, and
I think when you do that, you work out, you push it, and you're like, oh my gosh, and then you get there and you take those shots, and each time you've hit center or close, I hit close, you walk away from that and you feel like I'm ready to hunt.
Yeah.
In a way that you don't quite feel if you don't test yourself before you go. That said, I don't want anyone out there listening to think that this is a replacement for hunting.
No.
It's just something you can do instead
It's
of
fun.
it.
It's prep work.
And it's prep, and it's community, and it's just a fun place.
Well, I don't think anything can prepare you for the adrenaline rush of
the real moment.
of any animal coming
or
in.
learning woodcraft, or
gonna
learning
be,
animal behavior, or any of that stuff. It's not a replacement, but it is.
Even if you've done it 1,000 times, you can't prepare for the next one because it's going to be different.
It's funny, that brings up another tangent here, but there have been times where I've been utterly calm when an animal's come up and just drawn and aced it. And then there'll be times the next animal that comes along and I'm really nervous and I'm having a hard time settling, and it's like, wait, I've done this many, many times where I'm like the Iceman, but now I'm nervous again. It's like I can't explain it. Sometimes I don't know. You're in a different
there's meat
place.
in the freezer or not.
That is part of it.
That's
See,
huge,
when you
man.
got a full freezer, I'm sure the longbow will come out a little.
That's right, dude.
It'll be an easier decision.
Yeah. Well, see, I got my son. He killed that bull last year, I got all these people coming up now. I got all these tags that we could potentially fill,
With your kids and stuff.
Yeah, with kids coming in.
That's how it is at Anthony's house. Is his daughter shoots one, his son shoots one, he shoots one, his
So now
wife
you
shoots
can take
one.
more risk.
And it's like the whole family shot elk.
Dude, I'm telling you right now. Dude, I feel it. I feel it. I feel it, man.
Killed the deer out there.
I smoked that deer, man.
What I figured out after watching you tonight,
35
dude,
yards.
is all you got to do is get an animal in 20 or under, and it's dead.
Oh, dude, done, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Got the deer at 35. Granted, he hits.
I got a pile of apples right off the back porch here.
Just took its leg out with the first shot.
That's right. I was going to say,
Slowed it
anything
down.
beyond 20, and you're the crippler.
Yeah. We'll get it. We'll get it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun. I'll probably pull the compound out the second day though. But, I was out there, shooting my trad, and I was like, oh wait, I haven't shot my compound in a week. And so I grab it off the wall, knock an arrow, draw back 60 yards, dead center. I'm like, all right, I'm done. And back to trad. It's just.
And that's the difference right there.
That's
buddy.
the difference
That's
right
it.
there, man. It's just like anybody. I mean, pretty much anybody could learn how to shoot a compound and be proficient.
And I think the truth is anybody can learn them both.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, but it's going to take longer.
Clay Hayes talked about. You heard that podcast where he talked about your anchor points, the way you hold the bow, all these stopping measures that help him be exactly consistent, the same over and over again to improve his accuracy every single time. And he's like, hey, that's not unlike how you run a compound.
Yeah.
If you learn those steps and those
mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but I think there's just like with a compound, there's a little you need a little coaching, little instruction.
Yeah.
I shot for years my compound without anybody teaching me how to do it. And, I could only get so good practicing with the bad techniques.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then once I started to learn much better form, much better techniques, my shot went way up. I think it's the same with trad.
Yeah.
So, any closing thoughts? Wrap this thing up. Jesse, you got anything you want to?
I just say, as far as train to hunt's concerned, man, just come out and try it. I mean, we ran into a lot of people at this one, especially thanks for, putting us on the podcast, man, because my wife's a celebrity now. And totally.
I wanted to meet you.
Do you want to know this
podcast.
funny story? Okay.
Instagram's
I'm kind of
blowing up.
embarrassed to say this on the air, but when we left your house that night, I told Jesse, so what is this Gritty Bowmen stuff? What is it? I've never listened to a podcast. I never have. I'm not lying. And so I don't even like to check my email. So
You're not the only one.
And so anyway, he was laughing so hard. I was like, what is it like? Do people listen to it? Do they watch it? And he was like, oh my word.
See,
you know
Amanda?
what? I think it's better I don't know. Let's just leave it like
One
that.
person at a time.
Yeah. But no, we had a few people show up, and we had one, Troy Munn. And Mum,
people.
and he drove clear up from Santa Clara, I think.
Oh, yeah?
like 12 hours
Wow.
just to compete because he heard us on the podcast. He's like, I got to do it,
Wow.
And him and his fiance and little
Such a
girl,
sweet
and
family.
they're out there, and he came out and he got fourth place in the men's open.
Awesome.
And Aaron.
Yeah, and Aaron
His wife,
Lanka,
Aaron
who
and Jesse.
won the men's open. But, they come up like, hey, we heard you on the podcast, man. That was awesome, And then Aaron's wife, he was, what?
Don't.
She's all poking my side.
Please don't embarrass me. Anyway, but thanks for putting that on.
It was
for people
awesome.
coming out.
No, it's fun. It is fun to get because guys like Troy show up and people get people. If you want to do it, this can help you figure out or get the guts to or the desire to go and try it. And I think it's neat. That's what this whole medium is for. That's why we do.
And Ryan
podcasts.
Lampers, who won the Stealthy Hunter, on Instagram.
Yeah, that's right.
He won the free entry along with Mossheart 3. She gave it to her husband, who was he showed up with a self bow.
Nice.
cool.
Like he had a self recurve that he made, and he was the only trad person, so he got gold.
You know, I was gonna just give him the gold medal to wear around, but he's like, "I'll wait." But no, it was fun, man. And like Ryan Lamper showed up, and he said it was his first 3D shoot ever. You know, and
That's neat.
He crushed it. He got first place
So
in the
if I
men's
want
Masters.
a gold medal, I got to just find
Use your
out
trad?
which one to sign up
For
for.
the national.
Like the day before, say, okay, I'm going.
That's kind of one of my goals was to compete this year at a train to hunt event and qualify for nationals. And I'm thinking with my busy schedule, I'm working out. I'm like not really the strongest right now. Trad, I'll go trad. Automatic gold,
just
man.
make sure you're at one, no one else enters.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
No, it's fun.
I was just going to say that it was fun at the event watching Jesse put medals on. And that was one thing that he did say at the end. He said, I'd way rather put medals on someone's neck than get one. And he got pretty emotional. And I think especially just putting him on friends' necks. And Jesse doesn't get emotional. He doesn't, like, he's never cried at our wedding or at any of my births, but he cries if he kills an elk.
Good man.
Can I throw you under the bus? If he watches a horse
Can
racing
you throw me?
movie.
A horse racing movie?
Yeah,
Secretariat.
it's like secretary, man. Just
Always as the horse is coming around the corner, Jesse.
I don't know, man.
Oh,
I mean, he doesn't get emotional at all. But
Wow.
Killing an elk or a horse racing movie. But he did get emotional putting medals on
Dude,
necks,
yeah,
so it was pretty neat.
I had to look back at Kenton because it was just like there was a couple people that I've competed with and a couple of my friends, you know, from Oregon and one guy, Jared Price, who I got to compete against him at his first train to hunt event.
Yeah.
And it was like, whoa, like this flood of emotion came over me when I was announcing stuff, and I'm like, getting choked up, you know? I'm like,
was cute.
that's weird. I look at Kenton, he's like, now you know what I go through. So it was just amazing.
That's
So,
really neat.
That's cool.
yeah.
Well, you guys? Katie?
Son of a. Oh, sorry, Aaron.
That's for Aaron.
Yeah. He'll like that.
Yeah.
We need
try
him
not
to-
to swear, okay?
Yeah.
We need him to swear more because we want a teepee.
Is that your closing thought?
Swear jar.
Already
Fill it up a
already
little bit
told him.
Oh, nice. Well,
I don't know. It sounds pretty cool, like a fun thing to do. And we did. I mean, I've done some.
I look
with
at like
CrossFit Happy Valley.
I look at it this way: like we work out all the time to be in shape.
It's kind of is
So-
a competition for yourself every day, anyway. So
It's like you.
it's just kind of fun.
It's like I want to be in shape, kind of daily life wise, so that if anything comes up, I can just kind of go and do it. I mean, I'll win, but I can do it, right?
Yeah.
So I just look at this in the same way, and if I have time to put in extra training, I'm going to. If I don't, I'm still going to go, and it's fun.
Should be fun.
Oh, you're about to lose.
So-
Isaiah, can you help her?
Whoa.
Isaiah, can you help her?
With ice, you want ice
Oh
too?
yeah, she won't receive it without ice. I'm pretty sure she'll chuck it at you.
Well, all right, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate us inviting us over to your
Yeah,
lovely
man.
home.
Thanks for
and
coming
Yes.
down, man.
feeding us,
It
and
was
Super
fun.
fun.
It's been
Yeah.
It was really
nice.
good.
We had a
Have
good
you guys
time.
here.
Yeah.
Do it again.
All right,
And
guys.
this was fun today too because we, us ladies, had the pleasure of eating our tacos and watching you guys work out the window.
Yeah.
We were eating our. You were this fun.
You guys didn't know it, but you were the dinner entertainer.
We were watching you and sitting
okay.
in
I
here.
had Brant on my last
So you
lap.
saw lots of
Oh, you did?
burpees.
Brant came out there on the last lap, and he's all, "What are the dads doing?" He decides
The
to
dads.
run, and I can't breathe. I'm like, we're running around, working out.
Yeah.
Well, how's it going? He's like, I'm going to trot beside you here, and let's carry on a conversation. I
That's
said,
hilarious.
it's going great, but I don't really want to talk right now. Trying to breathe, and I'm trying to run.
I didn't know that he
cute.
snuck out there.
Yeah, he ran the last lap with
Oh,
me.
good.
And so did,
Evan.
Evan
Yeah.
was running the
That's
last
cute.
lap, too.
See,
So.
great family event.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's right.
The kids love we have a workout area outside at our house, and they love to play around out there and
It's
do
awesome.
stuff with us.
They're the best little trainers. Evan's been my best little trainer. I just started running again last week. weeks ago, and I did the driveway the other day coming up, and Evan he's all over running down and up the driveway.
Really?
Anytime someone goes, I want to come. But yeah, coming up that driveway, if I slow down, he's like, no, Mom, come on, you got it. Keep going. So,
But yeah,
It's on.
the driveway's brutal. It's probably like 6 to 8% grade.
it is
there.
6%.
Yeah, thanks for coming down,
Peace
guys.
out. We are party rockers. We started this thing at 10:30, and we got how
Yeah.
many kids in the house right now?
13.
I have 5. You have 5.
13.
They have 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
13.
look at these kids. The fact that they haven't been all over in the podcast is quite.
I had a
I know.
couple
Amazing.
here at the end.
I know
but not
that
too
was
bad.
good. This is real life
can-
with families.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's important.
love it.
All right. Stay gritty, folks.
Stay gritty.
Oh, stay gritty.
Hey, gritty.
Am I supposed to say that?
Or wait, no, like I loved how you used to say it, like because Brownlee was always like, yeah, gritty, and you were like, stay gritty. It was almost British, you would like over enunciate it.
You try to adopt an
Stay
accent.
gritty.
Stay gritty.
Stay gritty.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, I do the best I can.
I love it.
You do great.
It's awesome.
We like
man.
your grittiness.
It's gritty.
All right. Thanks, guys. Okay, gritty friends. I hope you enjoyed that podcast. If you did, please take a moment to leave us a review on iTunes, Podbean, or Stitcher. We love reading your reviews. And connect with us on social media if you're on there. Look us up on Facebook and Instagram. And take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can receive notifications when we upload new videos. We've got a sweet deal with Mountain Ops. You get 20% off on all Mountain Ops supplements, combo packs, and apparel when you type in the word gritty at checkout. If you're a hardcore elk hunter, or you want to be, go to the Elk 101 website online and check them out. Our friend Corey Jacobson is killing it with some of the best elk hunting information and entertainment on the web. If you haven't heard, we're doing a huge gear giveaway to try and grow and expand the gritty community on Facebook and Instagram. I asked a bunch of friends to pitch in on this gear giveaway, and they all came through with some awesome stuff. Our friends at Kafaru, Rockslide, First Light, Phelps Game Calls, One Shot Gear, Mountain Ops, Triple X Archery, Blacktail Outdoors, and Is It September Yet are pitching in some sweet gear for the giveaway. We'll announce all the details in the next few weeks. All you have to do to be entered to win is like our Gritty Bowmen Facebook page and follow us on Instagram. All right, friends, let me leave you with one other quote from Theodore Roosevelt, who said, "It behooves every man to remember that the work of the critic is of altogether secondary importance, and that, in the end, progress is accomplished by the man who does things." We all have a choice. We can be people who do things or people who criticize the work of others. It's pretty simple, really. Get out there and do your thing. Good luck on your hunts, and stay gritty.
This is Ty Stubblefield, and you're listening to the Gritty Bowmen.
Gritty Bowmen.